K98 Talk is expanding its lineup for 2015. This means we are expanding our advertising base. Whether you're a startup trying to push through to the next level or an established business trying to supplement your advertising budget, web-based advertising is a solid investment. Thanks to Talk's newest partnership with TuneIn Radio and instant access to our sister station, K98 FM, we give you worldwide access at a reasonable cost. Interested parties should email us at sales@k98fm.com.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
Joe had huge problems with the IRS.
I knew it was coming. I hadn't filed taxes since 1990.
All the IRS letters coming in added up to a nightmare.
To get up to like $68,000, my heart started beating fast. It's like, there's no way, man. I mean, I ain't going to be able to do this.
Then they stopped his paycheck.
So that's when I started making phone calls and found U.S. Tax Shield.
U.S. Tax Shield went to work immediately.
They just took the bull by the horns. What blew my mind is he called the IRS right then and there.
So why is U.S. Tax Shield A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau? Joe knows.
They saved me a ridiculous amount of money.
If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or state, choose the company Joe chose, U.S. Tax Shield.
It was the best decision I made. U.S. Tax Shield is the way to go. Life is good. Thank you, Lord.
Call 800-471-3287.
U.S. Tax Shield. Boo-rah. Yes.
800-471-3287. 800-471-3287.
Wondering why you're up early with us on a Sunday morning making a cocktail? News lately got you drinking? Hungover from the mainstream media by Sunday? We are, and we got you covered.
We sure do. We got your hangover cure for those weekly news blues. So sit back, top off your mimosa, and add some Baileys to that coffee.
Take a match to your copy of the New York Times. Light, funny, and oh yeah, news with booze.
And a lot of laughter.
Welcome to Bloody Marys and Broadsheets. And a very good, easy Sunday morning, October 18th, 2015, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That means it's JD and Stacey on that Bloody Marys and Broadsheets, baby. Your cure for that mainstream media hangover here on that K98 Talk. Everybody right now within the sound of my voice, you know what to do. You get over to that K98Talk.org, get in that chat room. Say hello to Stacey, the best, damn, smartest, naked and listening. So I just had a mini stroke on there. The best damn naked listening audience in radio. Today we're going to be bringing you, of course, our weekend update brought to you by that Mr. Eric Williams, that barbwiresatire.com. As the drag racing goes by the Northeast studios over here. Obama's silence on American hostages. The mainstream media crowns Hillary Queen, Hawaii Democratic Utopia, pineapples, and the homeless. Anderson Cooper says he's so sorry, and we'll get to that later. Remember, guys, we're not just here Sunday morning at 11 a.m. We're here Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on that K98 Talk for that Game On. We do it again Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard for another live edition of Game On. Previewing. Well, actually, the second edition before us Thursday nights is going to be The Bell, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Is that the name of the show?
That's correct.
Oh, with that Bell River, baby, got that Barry White radio voice with that female, yeah. And then Fridays, 5 p.m., you can find us on the WNJC 1360 AM, serving that Southern Jersey, Philadelphia, Northern Delaware. And I highly recommend, I haven't gotten it up yet because the week's been a little crazy, It should be up by this afternoon. I recommend, if you haven't heard it yet, you go to Spreaker.com, hashtag JD and Stacey, and you will find our episode from yesterday up on WNJC. Fantastic interview. People that have been with us for a while, you know him well, Mr. Joseph Levine. He is our Middle and Far East correspondent, giving some great insight into what had gone on over in Israel and the territories over the last couple of weeks. Oh, and JD finally on that Flipside show, baby. It depends on your local market, whether it ran Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. You get over to that FlipsideShow.com, go find the channel, find a Stacey. If the cable provider doesn't have it, what does they do?
You pound your fist on the table and say, I want the Flipside show.
That's what I'm saying, baby. And then I think within the next week or two, when the video link is available, we will make sure that that is widely circulated. I got a glowing review from Stacey's father who said, quote, I did just fine.
And that you have a face made for radio.
Oh, that son of a bitch. I can't believe he did that.
I will say you sound completely different than you did like 7 minutes ago.
Oh, thank you.
That frog that was living in your throat seems to have left.
No, 10 minutes ago, I was really living up to the BloodyMarys and Broadsheets. I was just like...
Congratulations! You're a mother!
Oh, and listen, and this is the best part about Stacey not having a soundboard. This is going to be that 1 p.m., baby. We're going to hope for that Chris Ivory because JD's got him in that fantasy, baby. We are going to have my gangrene, my very own. Let's say it again. Oh, one more time. Oh, that defense is going to have RG3 being like, oh.
I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years.
Put a nail in that coffin and just make it.
It's over, Johnny. It's over. Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
And before you say anything, young lady, I do have Eli as my fantasy quarterback for this weekend, but that was because there was a salary cap and I had to find somebody who was kind of on the cheap.
Well, I guess it's better than Glassjaw.
You know what? Listen. I didn't like Geno at West Virginia, and I don't like him at where am I? The New York Jets. Is it 12 o'clock yet?
Michelle's already gagging on your jet love.
Oh, okay. You know what? Just for that, kids? Do not challenge me. All right, kids, listen. Let's put this media week in the rearview mirror. Let's hope Eric Williams is funny today.
Hey, stop singing. You should never project our listening audience.
I thought that was funny.
You singing is never funny.
Oh my God! All right, without further ado,
I cannot believe the first time we played the Third Rail Ramblers. Your mother thought it was you.
Yeah, well, she's deaf. All right, we got that weekend update from JD and Stacey here in BloodyMarys and Broadsheets for that weekend of October 18th, 2015, brought to you by that Mr. Eric Williams of that barbedwiresatire.com, baby. On Monday, Americans observed Columbus Day. However, in some Democratic-run cities, progressives celebrated Indigenous Peoples Day, instead also called Elizabeth Warren Day.
The Democratic presidential debate was as old and boring as expected. The telecast was sponsored by Visiting Angels, Centrum Silver, Cialis, Life Alert, Depends Undergarments, and Rascal Mobility Scooters.
That's actually pretty funny. During the opening of the Democratic debate, moderators and most members of the media refused to stand for the national anthem. The journalists insisted that once an anthem praising them for their tireless work on behalf of the Democratic Party was written, they would be happy to stand for that. What? You got to break that up into two sentences, damn it.
Viewership for the Democratic debate was way lower than the Republican debates. Worse news for CNN. Over half the viewers said they only watched with hopes of seeing Hillary being led off stage in handcuffs or watching the needle on CNN's bullshit meter break off.
Damn it. I was hoping you didn't do that. Rand Paul continued to be confused on foreign policy this week. Paul said, I don't think we need to be in Afghanistan. I don't know much about her. Oh, Jesus. I don't know much about her, but I would pull out immediately. Now, it sounds like I wrote this. Paul also said he prefers the rhythm method when it comes to foreigners. Hey, Eric, hold on one second. Listen, before you even jump into that last one, Eric, congratulations. You have earned your first inappropriate bell on the show. Take us out.
And Donald Trump and Ben Carson won their demands to keep the next Republican debate to 2 hours running time. So in her effort to continue sheltering Hillary, Debbie Wasserman Schultz is demanding networks limit all Democratic future debates to no more than 10 minutes each.
Okay, terrific.
And that is your weekend update for that weekend of October 18, 2015. Brought to you by Mr. Eric Williams at barbedwiresatire.com, baby.
I think Eric should wear that inappropriate bell like as a badge today. That's like something.
Hold on a second. I'm going to reset the audio in my bubble here. Now I want to go back to this. Not only did Eric earn his first. Oh, you want to know? I have to see. This is why I always put the wrong break on Sunday, because I work between two different boards. So not only did Eric earn his first inappropriate bell, he also wrote his first.
Giggity, 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 let's have sex.
Rand Paul continued to be confused. You want to know what? No. This is how. See, you know what? I'm torn. I think it works better sometimes when we don't read these. But if I had read this before, that joke just would have been set up and it would have slowed down and been like. Oh, yeah. Rand Paul continued to be confused on foreign policy this week, baby. Paul said, I don't think we need to be in Afghanistan. I don't know much about her, but I would pull out immediately. Paul also said he prefers that rhythm method, baby, when it comes to foreigners.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Yep. I could have predicted that one. Yes, I could have.
Oh, my God. I got to read the FCC regulations before JD gets all,
No, you just can't play this one on WNJC.
I can't what?
We just can't play this one on NJC is all.
All right, hold on a second. The Law and Order thing just blew up the soundboard. Hold on one second.
Neat.
Let me reset the switch here. Hold on a second. Rick sends me this message saying that, oh, great, this thing has made our life easier, and it's just like this on the back end of the deck. I said, great, how do we use it? And he's like, yeah, I bought a house. I'll see you later.
Hey, congratulations to Ricky Robinson.
Oh, to that Ricky Ticky Tavi Rick Robinson, baby. Hey,
finally closed that house.
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Spoon chop haircut. Listen, there's more assets now for you to take in the suit, all right? Go back to F. Lee Bailey, Salino and Bonds, 1-800 crazy nonsense, and yeah, add that to the list. Yeah, how's that? Call me, yeah. Help me. Oh God.
Wow.
I better be careful before she shows up and is like. The unplanned stuff for the show is the best.
Watch out! You might get what you're after. Cool ladies, strange banana stranger.
Where the hell is what I'm looking for? All right, I can't find what I. All right, so we have.
I have nothing to say.
Well, then when there's always nothing to say, you just...
Okay, terrific.
I'd be careful before all like...
Something like that.
All right. So, in all seriousness.
Oh, durka.
We have, and we've spoken about it a little bit here on the show. We haven't spent that much time on it, but Jason Rezon. I mean, I've heard his name Rezion. He's a Washington Post reporter who's being held by whom, Stacey? By
Durka.
That's right. For over the last year on some trumped-up nonsense. He's actually a WAPO, Washington Post reporter. He was just convicted in some kind of show trial, kangaroo nonsense, over in the Islamic Republic, who we have signed a nuclear deal with, and we didn't even have this to bring up, Stacey, but they actually tested an ICBM that actually violated a UN treaty within the last week as well. And then
what did the administration say? No, it didn't.
Oh, no. All right, so here's all right, so basically the
durka.
are just flying all over the world, and the administration has the chutzpah to go, well, it doesn't violate the nuclear deal. Okay, all right. Even you egg-headed Harvard alumni jackasses in the Obama administration, nuclear warheads are delivered on conventional ICBMs. Okay? So somebody go wake the generals up over there and ask them if JD and Stacey are right. So, Stacey, they've been holding this reporter. He was just convicted in absentia. I want to go a little bit into the Dana Milbank article, which is about as vicious as you'll get an Obama lapdog screaming about his foreign policy. But did you want to give a little background and context to exactly what's going on?
Well, I mean, basically, the reason I, suggest we talk about this, we actually have 4 people being held by the Iranians. We have Saeed Abedini, Pastor Saeed. All of these are American citizens, by the way.
And wait,
Robert Levinson.
That's the one, the missing ex-FBI agent who's
missing ex-FBI agent who went to a visa-free section of the country on an investigation and somehow got picked up.
Right, but wait, before you continue that, for people in the audience who have never heard of this, Google Robert Levinson, FBI, Iran, and disappearance. That is a spy movie story in itself, no?
They won't even say where he's being held or if he's still alive.
And he was on like some shady, and I'm sorry to get you sidetracked, but he was on like some shady resort island too, right?
Yeah, it was a visa-free island that he went to investigate, from what I understand, a cigarette smuggling case he was involved in. Got picked up. One of the other cases is Amir Hekmati. You'll see Free Amir now and is a popular hashtag on social media. He's a former Marine who went to Tehran to visit family in 2011. Guys, 2011. It's currently 2015. This man has been held for 4 years. His father is here in the U.S. dying of cancer, wants nothing more than to see his son, and his son is still being held. And then, of course, Jason Rezaian, who was the Washington Post's Tehran bureau chief. So he was actually stationed there and picked up on security-related offenses, which they still have not disclosed. So not only do we not know what he was convicted of by some friggin' kangaroo court in absentia, we also don't even know what he was charged with.
I mean, it really, in that part of the world, it really doesn't matter. And I think maybe we'll take a little time on this, because we only have a couple minutes left, and maybe we'll take this over into the second segment as well. One of the things that struck me when Stacey had brought this up as a topic for us to do on today's show is when I was taking a look around to see what had been written about it recently, what really jumped out at me was a piece by Dana Milbank. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Dana Milbank, he is a Washington Post journalist. He actually is a very smart guy. He is a good journalist, but since he's become a columnist, has been able to really fly his liberal flag. He's all over MSNBC. He will write and say things that will make you want to choke him and that you find distasteful, but he can be intellectually honest every once in a while. And as far as the sycophantic Obama lapdog rolling over on its back to get its belly scratched media is concerned, this piece that he has in the Washington Post within the last 48 hours, I thought was a great departure on somehow of the mainstream media has covered this. It's called Obama's Baffling Passivity.
Or not covered it.
Exactly. Obama's Baffling Passivity on Jason Rezaian. And this is a great point to make here, because in the piece he talks about his colleague and then the, quote, 2 or 3 other hostages that are being held. And if you don't believe that the mainstream media is so narcissistic and such an echo chamber within the D.C. Beltway, New York, and L.A., you need to look no further than the fact that it wasn't until this guy was actually convicted in a kangaroo court in Iran. I mean, this is the same newspaper that was trying to justify the Iran deal to its readers because it came from the sainted Obama administration. But I think I want to pick up a little bit with this when we come back on the other side. You are listening right now to that Bloody Marys and Broadsheets, baby. JD and Stacey here on that K98 Talk. Coming back on the other side, we'll give you a little more.
Oh, durka.
Because we can't get away from these people. We're going to pay a couple of bills, and yes, and now I'm just buying time to make sure that I play the right break. Diamond Dave, do you love us?
One break coming up.
The staff of K98 Talk and the Spark Radio Network is proud to announce that our very own Rowdy Rick Robinson has been selected as one of the top conservative talk show hosts in the nation for his program America Off the Rails. Again, congratulations to Rowdy Rick Robinson for a job well done and another reason to stay connected to K98 Talk and the Spark Radio Network.
If you like your health care plan, you'll be able to keep your health care plan. This is the most transparent administration in history. Not even a smidgen of corruption.
Fact is, we had 4 dead Americans. What difference at this point does it make?
If you got a business, you didn't build that.
The feeling most people get when they hear a Barack Obama speech, I felt this thrill going up my leg. I don't have that too often.
Steady.
It's time to hear the truth about America's biggest challenges. Ricky Robinson, host of America Off the Rails, will tackle the important issues facing America today as he tries to keep America from coming off the track. Get ready to hear the truth every Monday through Friday starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, here on K98Talk.com and the Spark Radio Network.
Welcome to the face. Welcome to the face of the new democracy.
Red Nation Rising brings you Town Hall Radio.
From a single tweet to 3 million a month, our community is a force to be reckoned with on social media.
So don't miss our show, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern on K98 Talk.
Our chat room is our co-host, and you ask the question.
Join us and be heard.
So get ready to sound off on Red Nation Rising Radio. No one else is going to do it for you.
There's a wild, wild whisper blowing in the wind, calling out my name like a long lost friend.
K98 Talk Internet Radio. So grab your seatbelts and take the ride of your life on K98Talk.com.
Welcome back to all political freaks, geeks, and back alley sneaks. JD and Stacey here on that K98 Talk. Everybody right now, get over to that Bloody Marys and Broadsheets chat room at that K98Talk.org. Take your clothes off, drink some booze, say hello to the smartest radio listening audience in the business. Remember, guys, we're not just here Sunday 11 a.m. on K98 Talk. You can catch us Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live for Game On. Another live edition of Game On that Thursday night, 9 p.m. After that new For Whom the Bell Tolls by that Bell River there on that 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, baby. That's that 2-hour block of radio. And as always, coming up for our third week in a row, we're going to be on that WNJC 1360 AM in that South Philly. What the hell are we? South Jersey, Philly, Delaware
Where are
Everybody
we? Never mind.
Exactly. Everybody get over to Spreaker.com, hashtag JD and Stacey. Check out later this afternoon. We're going to have our interview from Friday up with that Mr. Joseph Levin, who is our Middle East and Far East correspondent. And JD finally on that Flipside Show, baby. Get over to flipsideshow.com. Get over to that channel finder. I was either on Friday, yesterday, or today. When we get the rebroadcast link, we'll make sure everybody gets it. Stacey, if their local area do not carry the Flipside Show, what do they do?
They have to call and say, we want the Flipside Show now, but you've done it twice now. Yesterday was Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It's Sunday. You keep saying Friday was yesterday.
Whatever. Everybody just show up at Loftus's house, jump in his pool, and be like,
I'm your number one fan.
Jeez. We got to get us some Michael Topia, too.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So.
Wait. So where the hell did it go? It's really. All right. You see. All right. No.
Technical difficulties.
No.
Michael
Topia is so brilliant that like when you press the play. All right. How much Michael Topia you want? Here we go.
No. We need the new Michael Topia.
Oh my goodness. Welcome back.
I have a whole bunch. I don't know. Will you stop telling me what to do?
Okay.
Okay. Terrific.
Oh my God! Oh, and just a tease, we'll get to Anderson Cooper in the third.
3 simple words: I am gay.
Awesome.
But he's the son of Gloria Vanderbilt. Oh my God! Everybody. All right, before we get into,
you know what I like best is when you give yourself the inappropriate bell.
Oh, listen, I know what this deserves. So let's get back to, before we go into the media just orgasming and having to put towels on their seats over Hillary's quote-unquote debate performance. I want to go back to a little of this Dana Milbank piece on Rezon and just how self-centered and myopic the media is when it comes to their own. And this is Dana Milbank in the Washington Post. The consequences of President Obama's passive foreign policy. Please keep in mind this is the same newspaper that up until a few weeks ago was advocating for the Iran deal. Came close to home this week. It goes on. On Tuesday, Obama's press secretary, in response to a reporter's question at the briefing, this was about Rezon, responded with what might have been described as minor annoyance with the Iranian regime. Quote, we've got a number of concerns, unquote, mentioning the unjust detention and opaque process. Milbank, where was the demand that Iran immediately release Rezon and 2 or 3 other Americans it is effectively holding hostage? Where was the threat of consequences if Tehran refused? Ali Rezon, brother of imprisoned Washington Post Tehran correspondent, says his brother found out from Iranian TV that the court had issued a verdict in the case. Now, this is where he goes after Obama the hardest, I think. So Milbank goes on, but at some point, patience becomes passivity. He's speaking about Obama's perceived patience on this. Obama's game is so long that it often appears he isn't playing at all. In my colleague's case, it's baffling that the administration won't use the considerable leverage it has. With sanctions easing because of the nuclear deal, Iran is hungry for U.S. investment. Would it really hurt the president to warn accurately that U.S. businesses will be reluctant to set up shop in a country that kidnaps and locks up Americans for no reason? The reason that I just wanted to take time and go back to that is this is what the mainstream media does. They write a piece like this because it directly affects one of their own, and then in the same breath next week they'll be defending the same policies of this same administration, telling us why we should vote for them, correct?
Well, but I mean, look at how the press, understandably, may be reticent to talk about this. I mean, there are not a lot of articles out there within the last week about this. I think the Washington Post was probably one of the most vocal, along with, Fox.
I mean, he writes for them.
But, I mean, if you remember, Major Garrett asked this question at a press conference.
Yes, he did.
And got scolded by the president.
Well, Boo-Boo doesn't like being questioned about anything.
Well, and, John Kerry's response, we're hoping Iran will do the right thing. Guys, hope is not a strategy. And hope is certainly not a strategy when you're dealing with a tyrannical regime like Iran. And basically, Kerry's comments, are basically, okay, Iran, go grab as many Americans as you want because we're not going to do a darn thing about it.
Up with hope, down with dope.
Hope is not a strategy.
Not only was hope a strategy, hope was a winning electoral a campaign strategy for this idiot. I mean, that's what makes me weep for the country. Oh, and just before we get out of it, the Wall Street Journal had Iran wants humanitarian solution for jailed U.S. reporter. That's right. These savages, right here. Iran's foreign minister said there are serious charges against jailed Washington Post reporter Jason Rezaian, but that he is seeking to resolve the case from a humanitarian perspective. Basically, what that is are the Iranians getting on the world stage and basically telling the world that, hey, don't listen to the Americans or Obama because we got his cayunes in our little Durka purse over here. But I'm sick of this idiot. Let's lighten up the mood. Let's lighten up the mood and talk about the orgasms coming out of the mainstream media about what they're saying about Hillary Clinton beating up on our very own Uncle Bernie.
Boom, boom, boom. Now they often call me Speedo, but my real name is Mister.
We got to play that every time we talk about him because now it's a setup. Like, he just sounds like a nice old man, right?
Without exception.
Oh, my God.
Every article I read critiquing the debate says, oh, Uncle Joe doesn't need to get in now. She's fine.
I am so glad. I am so glad. Gunnar, tell her what she's won.
Joe Biden doesn't really have a constituency, and any constituency he has is already covered by Bernie and Hillary. So just go away, Uncle Joe. Go away, Uncle Joe.
All right. So this was the collective orgasm of the mainstream media and their bat signal sign dog whistle to Uncle Joe Biden.
It's over, Johnny. It's over. Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
I mean, first of all, I don't think Uncle Joe was all that excited about the prospect of running. I think he was in the wings waiting to see what would happen with Hillary's numbers. And for some reason, after just about a lie a minute in that debate, she's back on top of the world and the mainstream media is fawning all over her.
Of course she is. She's the she's the Empress of Chappaqua. Look. It goes back to Rep Hannah in New York. This woman is actually a living, breathing. I mean, she is. People are scared. I mean, she is. She just cuts a swath.
You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
But the press falls in line. You know, when I brought this up as a topic, and then we went back and did the research, I have basically what you could call free political contributions in kind in the major newspapers. New York Times headline: in debate, Hillary Clinton sent a message to doubters. Washington Post: Hillary Clinton's debate performance complicates Biden's path. NBC News:
Hillary's debate should end. It just went blank on me. Hillary's debate should end the Biden talk.
NBC Online poll: Clinton wins debate, re-energizes core backers. Poll suggests Clinton helped herself with debate performance. Yada 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 yada.
Okay,
yada,
terrific.
Yada. All right, so let me let you savor some of the flavor of the press. All right, so this is our collective of Walter Winchellness. Vice President President Biden's lengthy deliberations, and this is the ad in the Washington Post. Article. Vice President Biden's lengthy deliberations over whether to run for president hit a sizable speed bump this week. Hillary Rodham Clinton's strong debate performance robbed Biden of a partial rationale for running and also probably shortened his timeline for making a decision. This coverage is shortening my lifespan. The day after Tuesday's debate, speculation among Democrats about Biden's future was inextricably connected to Clinton's dominant evening against Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. Again, who is Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders? This Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. Like she had just taken down Stalin. The path for Biden has always looked daunting, despite the desire among Democrats for him to enter the race. Whole bunch of more bedwetting. Washington Post is great. Did you see the Venn diagram with the arrows pointing and the little cartoon heads? Did you see that one?
Yes. I mean, it's just, you know what? And in reading all of those articles that say Hillary's the deal, right? Mm-hmm. You know what? So many of them credit her ability to shine like that in the debate?
Why?
Kevin McCarthy and his stupid comment. Because now all she has to do in front of a Democratic audience is frame it as a Republican attack, and they just eat it up.
That's right.
I don't think we have any concept of how much harder Kevin McCarthy made Trey Gowdy's job going into the hearings.
And now hold on a second. I have left this on the soundboard for a reason. For those of you who have been in Guatemala, okay, this was McCarthy's comments about 3 weeks ago on Hannity.
I knew you'd want to ask it. What you're going to see is a conservative speaker that takes a conservative Congress that puts a strategy to fight and win. And let me give you one example. Everybody thought Hillary Clinton was unbeatable, right? But we put together a Benghazi special committee. Select committee.
This guy's such a
What are
moron.
her numbers today? Her numbers are dropping. Why? Because she's untrustable. But no one would have known any of that had happened had we not thought and made...
All right, so now Kankles turns right around and makes this ad, which she could honestly play right now, right up until Election Day.
The Republicans finally admit it.
Republican Kevin McCarthy saying the committee investigating Benghazi and Clinton's emails was created to destroy her candidacy.
Everybody thought Hillary Clinton was unbeatable, right? But we put together a Benghazi special committee. What are her numbers today?
Republicans have spent millions attacking Hillary because she's fighting for everything they oppose, from affordable health care to equal pay. She'll never stop fighting for you, and the Republicans know it.
I'm Hillary Clinton, and I approve this message.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
And you know, and the reason that you have to leave that on there is just to make the point of what I mean. This goes back to the fact that these people look, when you have our side that can't politic to that kind of extent, okay? And then you have the mainstream media. Let's pick up. So I gave you the Washington Post ad. So here's the New York, the vaunted New York Times. In debate, Hillary Clinton sent a message to doubters. Democrats expressed growing skepticism on Wednesday that Vice President Joseph R. Biden could find a foothold if he entered the presidential campaign as Hillary Rodham Clinton's commanding performance. For those of you who haven't seen it, okay, if you run out of
it was awful.
It was basically the equivalent of a North Korean hostage video. It honestly, there's no other way to describe it. I mean, if you watch more than 10 minutes of it, you just you had Anderson Cooper.
3 simple words. I am gay.
Asking such probing questions as,
You ever seen a grown man naked?
But I digress. So here
my favorite was Jamel Bowie. I mean, come on.
I can't even with him. He's like Oliver Willis. What
no, I understand
what did the boo-boo
that,
say?
But right. So here's Jamel Bowie in Slate. 2 last points. First, it's hard not to contrast this debate with its Republican counterpart. The GOP debates were dominated by trivia and Trump. Candidates like New Jersey Governor Chris Christie wrap themselves in gauzy generalities. And then he goes on to say that the Democratic debate was full of specific policy, and not argumentative. I saw several arguments in the hour of it that I watched, number one. Number two, the first 30 minutes were taken up with fluff, Sheryl Crow singing this, fight night kind of video between Bernie and Hillary, which made me about as excited as, a Valium. And, the substance behind that debate was nil. Anderson Cooper would ask a great question and then not follow up.
Well, we'll go a little bit into the third piece. He actually defends, for some reason, not following up. But again, if you watch the debate, I found a lot of his questions to be more caustic than probing. All right, but again, so let's just we're going to wrap this up with the fawning. And for those of you who have seen the stories in the press about Hillary, listen. That is not the mainstream media actually, being tough on Hillary Clinton as her campaign people will have you believe. Those are basically dog whistle and tacit warnings to the Hillary Clinton campaign that it's time to turn it around and they need to set a new narrative. And here's the press happily doing so. Here is NBC News, not MSNBC, not all the Media Matters and all that. It's NBC News. NBC online poll Clinton wins
Sure,
debate,
bogus.
re-energizes core backers. Hillary Clinton's performance in Tuesday night's debate resonated strongly among members of her party, with more than half, 56%, saying that she won the debate. This is a 3-page printout with 3, 4, 5 spreadsheets of numbers and age demographics for the online poll.
Online polls are ridiculous.
Online polls are for
vaginas.
Exactly. But I mean, I don't know that if you went and polled, in a way that's statistically valid, that anybody else would have said anyone else won the debate. I mean, good God. She got the lion's share of the talking time. She got the lion's share of the direct questions. Poor Jim Webb. I mean, you got to give the guy credit for this, even if you think he's insane. He'd be like, I haven't been able to talk for 10 minutes. Can I weigh in on this, please?
Yeah,
I mean, literally calling out the debate being trained on the center too, being, Hillary and Bernie Sanders to her right. But I mean, Jim Webb was literally like, I have something to say here, especially when it got to foreign and military policy.
Yeah, but Jim Webb is kind of like,
I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years.
You're insane.
I mean, this is the same guy. He got caught. I mean, this is what you gotta love about. I mean, not him so much, but he's running for president for the Democratic Party, who wants to do gun grabs and gun confiscations, and this guy got caught in a D.C. airport carrying. Well, maybe that's the reason to vote for him. All right, coming back here into the top of the noon o'clock hour, closing out this show, we're going to have a little homelessness running amok in Democratic Utopia, Hawaii. What the hell else are we talking about? I don't know. All sorts of fun stuff. JD and Stacey here, K98 Talk, Bloody Marys and Broadsheets. Baby, you're over that mainstream media hangover. See you on the other side.
Hey everybody, this is Jason, host of According to Me. I'd like to invite you to check out my show. It's a 2-hour show that lasts 60 minutes in...
Listen, I hate to interrupt, but one thing I can do is read off a script. Just say, let me be clear a lot. It works.
President Obama, I can handle this. It's a radio promo. I'm not green. I've done this before.
Did someone say green?
Now, Al Gore is here. Listen, I'm just trying to record a radio promo. Do you mind?
Now, do you say good things about me on the show?
No, not at all. But if it makes you feel any better, I rip on Republicans just as much.
The AM radio frequencies give off very high levels of radiation.
Look, my show is on the internet, which you invented. Can I just do my promo?
I got a pen. I can veto that, you know.
I know you got a pen. It's not a law. It's a radio promo. Listen, just listen to my show. Barack Obama and Al Gore hate it, so you're going to love it.
Here's an executive order. Don't listen to his show. He doesn't like me. He's racist. And he doesn't recycle either.
That's it. I'm done. It's According to Me, Wednesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on K98 Talk.
We will never fully understand what we've asked of our military service members or their families, asking them to put themselves in harm's way, to endure it all. But we do understand that it's our turn, our duty, to keep them secure for the rest of their lives. Wounded Warrior Project long-term support programs help our most severely ill or injured veterans live independently, at no cost, for life, so that they might stand at ease. Join us at findwwp.org.
K98 Talk is expanding its lineup for 2015. This means we are expanding our advertising base. Whether you're a startup trying to push through to the next level or an established business trying to supplement your advertising budget, web-based advertising is a solid investment. Thanks to Talk's newest partnership with TuneIn Radio and instant access to our sister station, K98 FM, we give you worldwide access at a reasonable cost. Interested parties should email us at sales@k98fm.com.
Welcome back to a good, easy Sunday morning. JD and Stacey here on that Bloody Marys and Broadsheets and that K98 Talk. Everybody right now, get your drink, get your sting, get whatever helps make you think. For the last 20 minutes of the show, get over to K98Talk.org, get in the chat room, say hello to the beautiful Stacey, best listening radio audience in the business. Catch JD this weekend or on the replay, episode 4, Flipside Show, to flipsideshow.com. Get to that channel, find her. Remember, kids, we're here Sunday 11, Tuesday 10 p.m., Thursday 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on that K98 Talk. Then Friday is 5 p.m. WNJC 1360 AM, serving at Southern Jersey, Philadelphia, Northern Delaware. As always, Spreaker.com, hashtag JD and Stacey. How do you spell it?
Hashtag JD and Stacey.
Oh my
JD-AND-STACEY.
Mm-hmm. And please email us at weneedanewcohost.org. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hold on. Stacey needs to wake up. Hold on.
Honestly, JD, that just makes me feel old.
Although that doesn't make me feel any younger, though. I
was going to say, it just makes me feel old.
I'm sorry.
Okay, terrific.
Okay, so let's... But seriously, I mean, if you guys want to entertain yourself, just go back and just Google, what did I even look at for that debate? I think Hillary Clinton debate performance, and I mean, you will just the drool from the media will just come through your computer screen. It's disgusting. Okay, so for those of you who understand what's going on, and for those of you who don't, My Way News, which has actually some pretty interesting articles on it. For those of you who haven't been there, Hawaii is absolutely beautiful to visit. It is a democratic utopia where you go back, the stories have been going on 20 years. Their social programs and social services are so generous and so liberal that there are a spate of, a lot of young drug users will go there because they're like, oh, great, I can go out here, get high, get needles, the whole nine. So, when you vote for democratic utopianism, what do you get? Hawaii governor declares state of emergency for homelessness. This is in Hawaii.
Okay, terrific.
This is in Hawaii. Hawaii Governor David, how do you say this? Iggy?
I don't know.
Wait. So, all right, Hawaii Governor David.
3 simple words. I am gay.
Has declared a state of emergency to deal with state's homelessness crisis just days after city and state officials cleared one of the nation's largest homeless encampments. Okay. Could you imagine if a red state governor was clearing, quote-unquote, homeless?
Of course not.
The move will help.
A red state governor can't address those kinds of problems, JD. Good Lord, because you know where they're going to house these people? Did you get to the end of the article?
What? No, this is the whole part of segment 3.
Oh, my God. They're going to put them in shipping containers just like we talked about last week.
Oh, that's awesome.
73 whole square feet, which an official said is bigger than the tent they're currently living in. That was a quote in the article.
The move will help the state speed up the process of building a homeless shelter for families. And the state is considering 4 possible sites. Igay, what the hell's his name? Governor David?
3 simple words. I am gay.
Said at a news conference Friday, we are making sure that we have options for those who are homeless to move into an emergency shelter, the biggest deficit in the system. Hawaii saw a 23% increase in its unsheltered homeless population. So Hawaii has got so many homeless now, they're breaking them down between indoor and outdoor. So now basically Hawaii's homeless is just like it's weed now. You got indo and you got outdoor.
Well, and in a democratic utopia, they have the highest per capita homeless rate in the country.
Oh, there were 7,260 homeless people in Hawaii at the latest count. I don't know who's counting them, especially if they're unsheltered. You know what?
They're just cleaning them out.
No, that's probably.
Here's my question: if you clean out the homeless encampment and you don't have a place for them to go, what have you really done? Scattered them.
Well, in the city, we just moved them to Westchester. Hawaii saw a 23% increase in its unsheltered population between 2014 and 2015. This is Obama's economy, Obama's America, in one of the bluest states in the union, and a 46% increase in the number of unsheltered families. This has got to be BS, said Scott Morishige, state homelessness coordinator. When your policy,
have a homeless coordinator?
Let me tell you something.
He's doing a pretty gosh darn bad job of coordinating if you have them all in one spot and then you make them scatter.
No, the best part about Hawaii is people with really ridiculous last names have all these asinine job titles. So here is the administrator for the Honolulu Office of Strategic Development. Quote, if they're living in tents now, the individual units are going to be just as large or larger.
Shipping containers.
Well, for those of you who are old enough to remember, I have to get like a I have to get that on here. For those of you old enough to remember, there was JD was, this is probably over 20 years ago. In Far Rockaway, which is close to the JD baby, there was a ship called the Golden Venture that had come over from China. And there were, I don't know how many hundreds of Chinese that were packed and living in shipping containers. And the ship ran aground in Rockaway Beach. And for those of you who know Rockaway Beach is really tough working class Irish, really tough working class Italian, and a very tough basically open air drug market and that runs through it. So the ship runs aground, and you just have Chinese people jumping over the sides of the railing. So the funny thing is that you would have people for like 3 days. You'd have people like, so I was on my way to work, and I'm sitting at a light over at Beach 99th Street, and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden a Chinese guy comes running out of the bushes naked, and he offers me 3 boxes of Marlboro Reds and a pair of Levi's jeans and says, take me somewhere. I swear to God. I don't know what made
so
me
the Honolulu Office of Strategic Development, which says the individual units are going to be larger, says the rooms, which are made from new shipping containers, so we're not even recycling here, not so good in a blue state, each will have a window and a screen door for ventilation. Do you have any idea how hot and humid it gets in Hawaii? And the structures are insulated. The roofs have white reflective coating, and an awning will provide shade for relaxing outside.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, baby, because some units are bigger than others.
Giggity, 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 let's have sex.
All right, Anderson Cooper, he of
3 simple words. I am gay.
Who asked such riveting questions of the debate the other night, such as,
You ever seen a grown man naked?
In a chat with former New York Times television reporter Bill Carter on the SiriusXM show, The Bill Carter Interview. Now, that must have kept them up till about 5, 6 in the morning, come up with a name for that show. Cooper put this moment in his basket of regrets. Keep in mind, this is the same network that had Candy Crowley ambush Romney during that debate. That put this moment in his basket of regrets over his handling of the debate. This is when Uncle Bernie said, I think we are sick and tired of hearing about your damn emails. Basically, the Reverend Jim.
Did you see the Saturday Night Live skit?
I'll tell you, Hillary, we should stop talking about your emails. Cover for me Thursday.
Did you see the Saturday Night Live version?
No.
Oh, my God. Just go out and look at it. It's hysterical.
So it goes on. In a chat with the Bill Carter interview, this is Anderson Cooper. I wish I had brought in one other candidate before I went to Sanders on the email thing because I knew Sanders would try to shut it down. I knew, so here he's basically telling you, I knew that Bernie Sanders was going to give me a little of this when I asked the question.
It's over, Johnny. It's over. Nothing is over. Nothing.
So he
knows. Just don't turn it off.
He knows this. He asks it. It's a decent question, and then does no. Basically, his next follow-up question is like,
"How'd you like to mow my lawn?" Huh?
Oh, what the hell is wrong with these people?
Well, and then Lincoln Chafee, Metric Boy, tries to say that he believes the email stuff brings a credibility crisis, and then Cooper goes back to Hillary and says, would you like to respond to that? And all she said was no, because Bernie killed it. Bernie killed it.
Well, you know, listen. Lincoln Chafee is the Democrats' equivalent of...
Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it,
people
like me.
I get Martin O'Malley is probably angling for some kind of position in the administration. He's doing a credible job because he's not really pissing anybody off. Webb is nuts. Okay.
Oh, Webb is completely crazy.
And Bernie's trying to give some credibility to socialism and making the bedwetting leftists go wild. I have no idea why Chafee is in this race. None.
No, but I will tell you what. CNN actually did an online audio poll, and collectively, this was America's answer to all of the debate candidates on the Democratic side the other night.
Shut up!
Oh my God!
Lionel!
It was about as exciting as Valium. I mean,
Lionel, remember, kids, remember.
Ignore him.
One more time. Lionel, take us out. You can't watch your team until Monday night at 8:30, baby.
I probably still won't be able to watch it then.
No, it's Monday Night Football. Everybody gets it. Tell the nice people where to find you between now and then.
At the grocery store. Really exciting weekend I got going.
I meant on the social media, baby.
Well, at Scott's Fire on Twitter and Stacey Lennox on Facebook.
You find me at Game On JD on the Twitters, and for the rest of the day, I don't know because I'm quite confused. I think I will live through it, and I'll see everybody Tuesday night.
Sunday, it's Bloody Marys and Broadsheets.
We're your cure from your weekly news hangover.
Thank you for taking it easy with us. You can find our show account on Twitter at JD and Stacey, or send us your interesting news story of the week to Game On War, that's WAAR, @gmail.com.
And you can find me on Twitter at Scott's Fire and on Facebook at Stacey Lennox.
And you can find me on the Twitters at GameOnJD.
When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. And then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 1-800-513-6154. That's 1-800-513-6154. Again, 1-800-513-6154. Call now.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Giggity, 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 let's have sex.